Hello and welcome to today's video. Today doing a little unboxing. This is a parcel I got delivered from Antou Design. Now, Antou Design is a Taiwan-based company and they have created this pen called the Pen, and they've made a few others over the years, but this one is currently on Kickstarter and they were kind enough to provide one for me to show you. So I've already cut open the box, but let's see what's in here. Okay, so firstly there's, a little bit of information and stuff in the box. We've got two of the pen sheets here, which I will show you in a bit, and then two pens. Now, I will say once again, this is currently on Kickstarter. So if you are wanting to get your hands on one of these or more, now is the time, because it's through the Kickstarter that you get the best deal, and it helps support the project and make it come to life. So let's have a quick look at these pens. Now, these will be getting a full review in a little while, closer to when they're available publicly, because basically this pen has a cool function in the fact that it can use a lot of different refills, right? So let's see what we've got here. So this is the wooden pen N. So we've got Antou there on the clip. It's a wooden version, I believe that's walnut. I'm not a wood expert, but I think that might be walnut. And then I have here the metal version, which I, once again, believe is an aluminium alloy. So we are going to look at these. Let's see what these pen sleeves look like. So basically, I'll get both out. So I was sent a green and a black. Now, it's like they know me. Now, none of this was selected by me. We did discuss me doing a review and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I'm not paid to do any of this. This is just doing it to share it with you and to review interesting items. So metal version here, and I believe you just slip it down into the top end here. The clip goes over there, and then you should just be able to remove the pen from the bottom if you desire to use it that way. Kind of cool. Now, this pen is a magnetic cap pen. All right, so it clicks on and then you can sort of lock it into place. Same with the wooden version here. And the wooden version and the metal version here use the different colors of the metal or anodization. I think both will be available as full pens, and there's a range of different woods as well. So let's have a closer look. So yes, two of the pen N. Now, they are magnetic caps, so they are kind of both loving being near each other and hating it, which is kind of fun. So here is the basics of it. You've got Antou on the clip there. As I said, this is a Taiwanese-based brand, all designed and everything there. Magnetic cap, and then you've got this little collar that the refill sits in. Now, I believe that is unscrewed by using the cap, and then this can come off like that, and then the refill slips out of there. Now, I'm not sure what this, so what we've got here is a Zebra 0.5 refill there. And so you put the refill in the base of that collar, you put the collar into the lid, magnetically attaches, and then you screw the barrel down onto it. Lots of nice solid threads there, and then you've got your pen, and that's quite sturdy. There's no wobble, anything like that. It's a very cool system. I've been looking at this system online for quite a while, so to actually have it and play with it in my hands is kind of neat. First thing I'll say is that the anodization feels really good. The pen has a nice weight. The wood one is considerably lighter, but all the same sort of mechanism. So unscrew the refill a little bit from the cap there and continue to unscrew that. And the same mechanism applies. Refill out, refill in, into the cap, screw the barrel on all the way. I was told by Antou Design, by Yen there, that you got to really make sure that's screwed down tightly so that you get no wobble. And like It's so sturdy in there. It's a nice little piece of engineering. It's simple and clean, but it does the job. In fact, I think the pen looks fairly simple and clean. Like obviously it's sort of got like somewhat sort of minimalist, sleek design. But as far as I can remember, their marketing says it's 6 pieces to make the pen, plus the magnet and I think the refill. So there's like 3 pieces in the cap. You've got like 4 pieces in the cap. It's kind of very, very minimalist, which is kind of neat. So now I will be doing a full review of this, obviously, and I will review that refill. But what I wanted to do today, firstly, is I just grabbed a bunch of random refills I had on hand. Now it does say rollerball refill, so I've got a couple of ballpoints here. It's all going to come down to what fits in the barrel. Now this zebra refill looks fairly similar in size to some of these others here. So we've got the Antou refill, we've got the Pentel Energel refill here, Pilot, I think that's from a Juice Up. Then I've got a Lamy M63, I've got the Lamy M16, and then I've got the Caran d'Ache Goliath, because I really want to know what's going to fit here. Basically, it can't be too short. I think on their Instagrams and things like that, they show a D1 refill going in, which is a small ballpoint refill. So well, that's the one that came on it. So we'll put that aside. The Antou here, obviously, that fits through into the collar, and then into the cap, into the barrel. Perfect. So Antou is good, which makes me happy because I quite like the Antou refill, and also kind of means that the Uniball 1 will fit, which is also another refill I really enjoy. Now we've got the Pentel Energel refill. Is that going to fit in there? I don't think that one's going to fit. They do have a list of compatible refills on the website. No, that one's not going to fit. So no Pentel Energel. We've got the Pilot refill here, which might just fit. It's going to just come through the end there. I'll show a few more in the full review as well, but that has locked down nice and tight. Not a huge lot of the nib out the front there, but you know, it'll work. And that was a nice snug fit in there. What do we got here? The Lamy M63, their rollerball refill. I don't think that one's going to fit. That's sort of getting caught on the metal of that. The Lamy M16 ballpoint refill. Now here's where it will get interesting. I could probably put it so it just isn't enough. And then clamp this body down onto that. Nice and tight. Yeah, that works. So, that also means that you could use the M17, which is the Jetstream Lamy refill. Actually, that's quite nice. So that's good. So really, it does come down to the width of around the top of the refill fitting into here, obviously, because anything that will hold in that front, will the Caran d'Ache fit? Oh, yeah, just get that through there. So let's say we want it to that point. This is a ballpoint refill that I absolutely love. Yeah, no worries there. That's very good once again. So, interesting range. We're going to see a bit more of that in the full review. But right now, let's put that zebra refill that came with the pen back in there. Slips in very nicely into the cap, into the body. Really nice. So the cool thing about this is that, like, we all have our preference. We all know what we like to write with: ballpoint, rollerball, gel roller, whatever. And having a nice sort of standard range of refills that fit the pen is very handy, because we all have ones we like. And for me, as I said, like, I really like the Caran d'Ache Goliath ballpoint refill here, which is a cracking refill. And I can put that in here and I can write with that however I want. in a body that is not native to the pen. And like this feels comfortable. There is a significant sort of step down there, but it's not uncomfortable. It's quite nice. So let's take off that end there. And I've just got some Midori paper here, Midori notebook. So this is the Antou design pen N. And this is the metal version with the zebra 0.5 refill. Like this refill's quite nice. Like very nice. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And in fact, so we have that one, and I'll take the cap off the wooden version I have here. Actually, I will undo that. Lucky you don't have to do that sort of every day, but it is a process that is good for, you know, being able to use the different refills and quite securely. And this is all metal, so it's nice and strong and robust. I know Antou Design do really work through their design processes and to sort of make sure that everything is exact and as they want it to be, and as practical and perfect as they can make it be. That's locked down, and then we have the Karandash Goliath ballpoint refill in that one, which, like as I said, one of my favorite ballpoint refills. So with these two pens, I can have a nice like gel roller, and I can have a nice ballpoint, as long as they don't get too close to each other, because they fight and then attract. It's going to be the way magnetic pens. Find the same with my Visconti, Van Gogh and all those kinds of things. They've got those magnetic caps. They do the same sort of thing. It's a nice sturdy system. So like as I said, we put it in the sleeve here. And then you pull the pen out the bottom, go away and write, and then slip that back into there, nice and secure. It's engaged with the magnet, and it's there. So that was my little unboxing and first impressions of the Antou Design Pen N. I think it's great. As I said, currently on Kickstarter, so if it's something you're interested in, jump over. The packaging also has the product information, as a QR code in the packaging. The packaging is simple and clean. It's very nice. The products look good. Sheath feels nice. It does the job. Very cool. So check it out for yourself. I'll link to the Kickstarter in the video description here. You can have a look at it, see if it's something for you, and back this very cool product from a brand that does amazing things. So you can check out their website as well, which I'll link to down below, and see a range of their other products as well. But this was the Pen N from Antou Design. I'm sure I'm saying that correctly. I'll check before the full review. But yeah, very, very cool pen. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel, I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.